Yeah, I think there's a queue. There's myself and Carbayel, but he's probably next in line after us, you know. He looked good tonight, very explosive, and
that one punch away from getting hurt. So big respect to Itauma. I mean, he knew that he can get him out, and he got him out straight away. I mean, I think no one expected it to finish that quick.
Speed kills, as you know.
Speed kills.
Hey, this is a young kid, 20 years old, with devastating knockout power, bro. This have Mike Tyson type of energy all over it.
Boxing legends can't stop talking after Moses Itauma shocked the world with a brutal first-round knockout of Dillian Whyte. Antonio Tarver didn't hold back, saying the young fighter is unbelievable, and even compared his style to Mike Tyson. He pointed out Itauma's scary knockout power and maturity far beyond his age. Critics are already calling this a changing of the guard, with some claiming Itauma just announced himself as the future king of the heavyweight division.
Yeah, he's going to give these tough guys, he's going to give these veterans a hell of a time, bro. He's poised, he's patient, and he got that knockout power. He know how to set it up. It's going to be a nightmare to get rid of this guy, man.
There's been so much talk of Moses Itauma. His talent, we've said how talented he really is. Now he's on the big stage, the main event. That's another level now, isn't it?
Well, we know Dillian Whyte came in here being knocked out a couple times, wanted to see could he land a punch on this young kid, but he didn't have a chance tonight. He got mowed over, and this is a big win for a young guy. But he got to continue to fight credible opponents, and he got to get tested. He got to fight a young fighter like himself and beat a credible opponent like that, not these old, washed-up fighters that he can only just look good against. You got to get tested too to see if he's the real deal.
Now talk to me about Dillian. Obviously we can see the work that you put in. Such a brilliant servant to the sport, isn't it?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
For Dillian, we can see the work that you put in this camp. Such a brilliant servant to the sport. If this is the end, how good has Dillian Whyte been?
You know what, Dillian Whyte has been a staple in the heavyweight division. I think it's time for him to hang it up. He can only get hurt a lot worse than he did tonight. You know, fortunately, you know, he didn't get seriously injured, KO'd and knocked out unconscious. You know, he'll be able to take this loss and I think enjoy the rest of his retirement.
Definitely. Just before I let you go, Moses Itauma, is it time to see him in there with Alexander Usyk, or do you still think that might be too soon?
It's too soon for Usyk, bro. He got to earn his title shot. He got to be the real contender. He beat a washed-up has-been tonight.
Ben Davison reacted to the shocking knockout with both respect and admiration. He gave credit to Dillian Whyte for stepping back into the ring, calling him a true British warrior regardless of the result. At the same time, Davison admitted that Moses Itauma's win was more than just a quick knockout. It was a statement. To him, this fight symbolized the torch being passed from an aging veteran to a hungry new generation ready to take over.
For the opportunity, British boxing legend. So yeah, really pleased.
We spoke about this before in the week, and let's not kind of cut over the fact that Dillian Whyte has been in with everyone.
100%.
And this was a gamble from your side, from the second class between, say, a Dempsey McKean to someone like a Dillian Whyte, and that was a gamble. You took the gamble and it's paid off, but you shouldn't start saying, oh, Whyte was whatever now, because we didn't know what was going to happen tonight.
No, I think it's extremely disrespectful to have that approach. Like I say, nothing but respect with Dillian. Really appreciate him giving us the opportunity. And yeah, I think, you know, Moses deserves all the credit that he should be getting.
Did you expect it to come that early?
No, I didn't, being honest. I know that he's always capable. He's a very difficult heavyweight to be in there with. Very difficult to defend against. He hits hard enough where he's hitting you with shots that you don't see, and hits hard enough to put you away with those. So I know that he can come at any moment, but yeah, he saw the opportunity, picked up on something that he'd worked on. Big shout out to Lee Wiley as well, puts a lot of time in, a lot of effort in, and fantastic in putting together a scouting report and picking up on Dillian's tendencies for us to go away and put together some drills and rep that with Moses, and yeah, it all paid off. Everyone's work paid off.
Tyson Fury didn't stay quiet after Moses Itauma's brutal demolition of Dillian Whyte. The heavyweight champ himself praised the young star, saying, "There he is, the future of boxing. I've been saying it for years. When the king of the division co-signs you, it's hard to ignore." Fury's words gave Itauma's victory massive credibility, showing this wasn't just a fluke. It was a statement that shook the top of the sport. Veteran promoter Frank Warren doubled down, calling it an incredible and savage display that proved the hype is real. Frank Warren made it clear, Moses Itauma's speed and ruthless finish sent a message the whole boxing world couldn't ignore. The fight was short, violent, and explosive, showing that Itauma can handle big stage pressure while dismantling a respected veteran like Dillian Whyte. Warren's praise for the brutality and efficiency wasn't just talk. It showed exactly what boxing wants in its next superstar, a mix of entertainment, danger, and undeniable skill.
Certainly don't, and there weren't any overtime. It was an unbelievable, ruthless, short performance, caught him with good shots and done an absolute job.
Did you expect that?
No. I fancied him to win. I thought he'd stop him, but I didn't think it would be like that.
Frank Hrgovic next?
Don't know yet, we'll see what happens. No rush today. We've got a load of options and we'll consider what we're going to do.
How do you match this guy now?
We'll match him.
But, I mean, no one's giving him rounds.
Sorry?
Frank Warren tweeted, Moses Itauma is the real deal. We all just witnessed something special. That kind of praise from a veteran promoter proves just how big this win really was. Analyst Ade Oladipo pointed out how rare it is for someone so young to achieve such a massive victory, saying Itauma's age gives him years to grow and completely take over boxing. Knocking out a seasoned name like Dillian Whyte this early in his career is a warning shot to the entire division. Oladipo went even further, arguing that the next 2 to 3 years could define Itauma's legacy, because he already has the power, discipline, and fearlessness it usually takes fighters a decade to build. In other words, this is just the beginning of a career that could change heavyweight boxing.
Was clearly done, and we'll get to whether or not Dillian Whyte is done. So there are going to be some that say, look, okay, what's Dillian Whyte done in the last couple of years? And these things are true, and I spoke about those things as well, but I don't want to change what the narrative was, or what the narrative has been in the last couple of days. With everyone seeing the way Dillian Whyte looked and the way Dillian Whyte was speaking, I think a lot of people are like, well, 1 second, something might happen here. Let's remember that, because something did happen. Moses Itauma was just a steam train. Honestly, this guy, for 20 years of age, 20, remember all these heavyweights that you're seeing right now that are in their peak, are in their mid to late 30s, and most of them became world level operators in their mid to late 20s. He's doing it as a baby. This guy is 20 years and 7 months. And, you know, I've been like around Andy Lee for the last couple of days, and it's been so good being around Andy, because Andy has told me stories of watching Moses spar Joseph Parker. And even Andy's been waxing lyrical about him. And he doesn't have to, right? This is off camera, this isn't on camera, these are private conversations. And he's like, this dude is good. Because there's been a lot of talk about if this was to go and turn into a dogfight, maybe Dillian Whyte would have the advantage. And I think I said this as well, to be fair. And Andy kind of shut that down straight away, said no. Like, I've seen this guy in a dogfight. So maybe he's talking about the spars with Joseph Parker. But I'm just so excited about what this kid can be in the next 2 or 3 years. I am. I like the way the Americans are talking about him, because it's so hard for Brits to kind of get the thumbs up from American fight fans, American fighters.
Dave Coldwell summed it up with one word: devastating. He said Moses Itauma always brings his best, entertaining fans with speed, intensity, and a style that keeps people on the edge of their seats. For Coldwell, this win proved Itauma isn't just a powerhouse. He's a showman who knows how to deliver moments fans will never forget. His praise of Itauma's fast, explosive style hints that the young heavyweight could soon become the people's favorite, the kind of fighter who brings back the raw excitement boxing desperately needs.
Devastating, stunning, spectacular. You can throw all the words you want at it. It was brutal, and this is what I feared going in. I'm a bit, you know, when fighters give their all to the career, and you watch them throughout the years having wars and giving everything, like Dillian Whyte against Chisora. You saw the action with the AJ fight. You look at him throughout all his career. He always goes out there, gives everything, has a tear up. He's exciting. He's a big character, big personality. And then when they get to a stage of the career where you feel as though it's that fight where they're going to be, where it's kind of like it's way too much for them, and it's going to be, you know, quite a nasty ending for them, a nasty ending to a career. I kind of like, I was worried for Dillian going into that this would be that fight, and it was. I mean, that you don't get as, you know, it can't be any worse than that to punctuate a career, to end a career.
Before we talk about what's potentially next for Dylan, let's talk about Moses. It's hard because we almost want to, I think, feel like we want to learn a bit more about him. No, genuinely. Yeah. I wanted at least to see about 4 or 5 rounds, and maybe I don't want to necessarily say, "Oh, get clipped with a few," because if you can move out the way, great.
You want questions asked, don't you?
I want to see, you know, if you get dragged into the trenches a little bit, where can we go here? But you don't ever get that far. So is that, I suppose, maybe the only thing you go? I thought we'd have seen a bit more of him.
Yeah, that's what you want to. You want to tick boxes as a fan, as somebody who's trying to, you know, see how far this kid can go. When we get something spectacular, you want to see him have questions put in front of them and see, you know, like you say, can they go a few rounds? What happens? Yeah, because there's still those unanswered questions that we've got. Can he carry it on throughout the later rounds? Can his feet stay sharp? Can he, does he retain that sharpness, past 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds?
What do you think? Is Moses Itauma the future king of the heavyweight division? Or was Dillian Whyte simply past his best? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the biggest boxing debates and breakdowns.